I remember talking to you again, Liam, before, particularly about your good senior team. You know, you referred to the fact that that a senior team just doesn't come out of nowhere, as I say. You know, that there's a junior element involved as well. You know.
Yeah, well, at the time there would have been no C football. There'd have been a B team, Scotstown's B team, and if truth be told, they were near on a par with the senior team. And I distinctly remember we played down in St Peter's in Lorgan, and I remember one night that they played the final of it and we played the final in Balahi, and both teams won, which was an outstanding feat by any stretch of the imagination.
And the Lorgan tournament, it was for senior clubs, wasn't it?
It was for senior clubs and had the best.
So effectively, it was a senior team but it was Scotstown's second team.
It was Scotstown's second team, and it was a genuine second team because your first team went and done its own thing, and the junior end of the business was a feeder team, if you like, to your senior team. Which should be the way.
The reason why I mentioned the juniors is because, like, since '93, for example, now the juniors have kept the flag flying for you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? And in them days, Seamus McQuillan would have been managing that team. Yeah. And you had a lot of good fellas on it, like Patrick Whiteboy McKenna, Brennan McCarthy, you know,
Big Frank as well.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have got the praise maybe that they should have got.
There was Brendan McCaffrey, and then in later years you had Ben Began and Niall McKenna. That's civil.
Paul McCarey.
That civil man you talked about. And Paul Carey and Mickey Boylan as well, you know. They put in a big effort. Now, as well as it been a good time, Liam, for the club team, it was a good time for the county too.
Yeah, you'd have to say that, well, we in Scotstown always felt that our success had a rub-on effect on the county team.
So how did you move into county management?
Well, I suppose by accident, really. I had served as a selector with Tony Lockman in '81 when Monaghan won the first under-21 title. And Tony didn't last too long for various reasons. But then in 1989, Paddy Kerr was manager of the Monaghan team, and after a year Paddy quit, and it left me and Barney McDonald high and dry, and we were asked would we do it.
Liam was county team manager in 90, 91 and 92.
Well, the centenary year of 84, at one stage in Croke Park Lane in the All-Ireland final, we had 9 of the 15 on the field was from Scotstown.
And your county team manager, Sean McCaig.
So it was an absolute dream time for Scotstown.
I'm sure you'd have your own memories of that time, and Sean McCaig, you know, and the success he had with the county team.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt. Sean McCaig has been an absolutely fantastic figure for both club and county. The amount of work that the man has done for particularly the county team, you know, he was in charge when Monaghan won their last 3 Ulster titles to date. He was in charge, and total inspiration and immersed in the affairs of Monaghan County Board. And the service that he has given to Scotstown will be unsurpassed.
Getting back to yourself and team management at the club, I think you came back in again in the late 80s, was it?
Yeah, well...
But you had a few men there, like you dropped out for a while.
Simply, I wasn't about, and I was a selector with Sean McCrudden, not in '83, but in '84 and '85, and probably the best year or the best football that Scotstown played in their whole campaign was in 1984, and we went down to Belfast to play the Johnnies in Belfast, and we absolutely owned the ball, 90% of all possession, but we couldn't get her over the bar. And but that was the year that I felt that we were playing our best football of the whole lot. You know, you were lucky enough to have Ray McCarn, Bernie Murray coming in, Ben Began was flying, Niall was flying, you know, but we just couldn't score on the day.
As far as I remember, I think maybe different team managers that time. I think I've notion Sean McCrudden might have been a team manager for a while.
Sean McCrudden was known in '83,
and Martin
'84, in '85. Then Martin came in '86, maybe '87, and Brennan Lillis then came in '88, I think.
So you were back again then by '89?
I was back again in '89.
Yeah.
And again we were lucky enough, we won Monaghan for the first time in 4 years.
Emmy Vale, I think, was that your first? I've a note Emmy Vale was a first round match.
Emmy Vale was one of the first round matches, and again we were very lucky to win. In all our campaigns, every year with a little bit of luck, and without luck, you can say what you like, but you'll not win everything if you haven't a bit of luck.
That was 80, I think 89 was it, or you're moving into 89 anyway?
89, and we played, we would have played Coal Island in the final in Armagh.
I saw videos of that match, a very good match that, you know.
Aye, well, they would have had Damien O'Hagan and that again. They really fancied themselves on the day, and it was a draw up to half time, but Scotstown put the pedal to the metal.
Scotstown on the attack again. It's Declan McPhillips, and Declan McPhillips from about 30 metres out kicks and long, high and over the bar, and
Big Ben was pulling them out of the clouds that day, you know.
Yeah.
About 30 metres out from the Scotstown goal. It's well fielded there by Brendan Began for Scotstown. Brendan is fouled, and it's a free to Scotstown. The ball taken down to the centre of the field. It's broken down 2 players. Niall Wiley gets his kick in. The ball coming across, but substitute Thomas McCullough badly judged that ball when he was all alone on the. And again, the Scotstown defence rally, and Sean Scullion sends a long relieving clearance way into the centre of the field. The ball collected there by Jared McGurk, and Jared McGurk sends Scotstown on the attack. The ball is passed into the waiting Ray McCarn, and Ray McCarn has shot to the back of the Coal Island net. On the 45, sends away out to the far side of the field.
There was a mistake, I think the commentator made a mistake about a goal, as far as I can remember. He credited a goal to Mickey Caulfield.
Oh, that was possibly the one that Noel McGough scored.
That's right.
Brian all alone sends the ball in towards Michael Caulfield. And Michael Caulfield sends, and the ball crushed to the back of the Coal Island net. And surely, whatever faint hopes Coal Island had, they've been completely dashed.
In fact, that was one of the very few times that I ever saw Ray McCarn injured on either starting a match or finishing a match, but he got a bad injury that day.
During the match?
Yeah, three-quarter way through.
Picked up by Seamus Gwynn, and the referee's whistle is gone, and Scotstown have won the 1989 Ulster Club Championship on a scoreline of 2 goals and 9 points to Coal Island's 5 points.